Last song I want to look at is a very short cut from Burial's kind of breakout album Untrue. Burial's music in general, I think, is very richly, beautifully sad in a way that's very open-ended. It's kind of just music that you listen to under sad circumstances, and then the music itself seems like it's kind of reflecting that and soundtracking that in a really beautiful way. The kind of cliche thing to say about his music, but it's still so damn true, is that it's the soundtrack of riding the subway in a poor neighborhood in London, England at like 2 a.m. That's what it sounds like. You can turn pretty much any situation that's at all remotely appropriate into that situation with one weird trick, just listening to burial music. This song has always stood out to me as exceptionally haunting and really beautiful. I don't really care for this. We're just going to ignore this. But I shouldn't sound callous or anything. I'm sure this is a very personal reflection by this person on this song, but I want to do my own personal reflection, which is equally valid, no more, no less. For me, I think this situation illustrated by being in McDonald's, which which isn't really a happy place, even though it serves happy meals and stuff. The implication to me is late night desperation at the end of a long, miserable night where maybe something extremely bad has happened. This couple finds themselves in McDonald's in that harsh fluorescent light, in that awful feeling of electric heat, still stinking from the bar, still hearing the cars outside. And I think the relationship is ending. I think that's what this song is about, is the realization of the moment where they have totally fallen out of love with each other. That there's this very haunting sample. Maybe it'll tell me. Yeah, there we go. Nice. From Elite. Wow, I assumed that it was like. I thought it would be like much older than that. That's the magic of Burial. He makes it sound so old. He makes it sound like an eternal classic or something. But just this line repeated twice as the backing music, which is just totally indescribable, kind of like crunches and twists around it. And normally Burial's music is very kind of dense and beat driven. And there's always sort of an urgent sense kind of underlying it, I find. Even in his sort of more melodic ambient work, there's always kind of some pressure. But in this song, the pressure actually kind of breaks near the ending, and it free falls into this total expanse of kind of like a hazy space. And there, this voice, which I don't know if it's a sample or not, but it's done excellently. It's kind of smoky and hidden, and kind of mumbles out this "You look different," and it's this kind of twin revelation that this girl is lamenting. I don't know. I shouldn't say girl. I guess one person in this relationship, characterized by the Aaliyah sample, is lamenting the distance in time from the happy days of their relationship. Once upon a time, it feels so fantastical and fairy tale esque that they ever had this sort of relationship. And then it's met with this kind of flat realization, like that. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. It's so neutral. It doesn't seem like it contains loss within it. It doesn't seem like it actually has the ramifications of the revelation. It's just sort of this first spark that you're like, no, this isn't right. This isn't what I thought it would be. And then kind of this almost ironic juxtaposition where this is so clearly lost. No, I'm not talking about the comic, but this is so clearly filled with longing and regret and unhappiness, and that the other person in the relationship, like, probably it's been miserable for a while, I think, is the story here, that they've wound up in this McDonald's in the first place, and that it only just clicks for this person now that he they finally see the changed look on their partner's face. They finally realize that there's been mutual unhappiness for God knows how long. And it's not like I said, it's not like the whole realization is there. Just this spark, just this. You look different. Ooh, oh, isn't that good? Oh man, oh that's so good. I don't know, and maybe do you get it? It brings us full circle for Depression Week. Now we're back to Phil Elvin breaking up with his girlfriend or something. Yay, we did it. That was fun. I really enjoyed talking about this music, even though it is very depressing. I hope you found it interesting. I will probably continue to mix depressing tracks and non-depressing tracks going forward. But I also hope that you found the idea of a theme week interesting. I want to do more of those. Probably more fun ones. I don't know, classic rock week, noise week. Noise week isn't so fun, I guess. Jazz week. Sky's the limit, man. Let me know. What do you want me to talk about? I love music of any genre. If I don't know about it now, if I don't already have some favorites, that's even more exciting to me because it means it's an area that I've yet to explore fully, and that just makes me want to go in. So yeah, yeah, depressing music. I don't know. I couldn't do without it. I think I remember one time my mom just flat out asking me like, "Why are you always listening to this? Don't you think this is why you're sad? Like, are you even trying?" She said it in much kinder terms than that, but it had that kind of sense of almost like exasperation. And it's like, well, it's not like the happiness isn't everything, you know? Happiness isn't the end. It isn't the point. It isn't the end all be all. It's just nice. It allows you to do different things. There's certain things that you can only do when you're happy. But those aren't the only things in the world either. It's good. It's good to plumb your emotional depths. It's good to really feel like you're confronting things. You don't want to go too far, of course. You don't want to get into a position where you're the term I saw in a ContraPoints video that I don't know if she made up or if she just referenced, but I thought it was so brilliant was epistemological masochism, where basically the more painful something is to learn, the more you believe it to be true and meaningful and important. It's really easy to fall into that trap, which is just as bad as the opposite trap of trying to ignore everything that's depressing about the world. But the world is depressing. Don't get me wrong. The planet Earth is going to hell, and it's all our fault. It's everyone's fault, and it's especially some people's fault. And I hate those people, and everything sucks. So it's good to kind of remember that. It's good to not get so far away from that, you know. And I think kind of enriching your full emotional texture by having that darkness, by allowing that into yourself is good. It really makes you truly appreciate when you're genuinely happy, when you feel joy, when you feel yourself surprised by joy. To kind of throw a little tribute to C.S. Lewis there, who talks about this sort of stuff a lot. You really are. You're like really grateful that you're capable of happiness, and sometimes, and it all carries such potential for transformation too. Like I feel happy that I made these videos. I feel happy that I was able to talk about them in a way that feels satisfying, and that maybe other people will understand me and learn something and maybe find some music that they like. That's nice. And that all came out of this depressing music, out of these depressing feelings. Same with all of the music itself, of course, that these people were sad. These people were confronting hard things. They were struggling. These were challenges. And they turned it into something creative. They made something of it that will outlive them, that will spread around the world. That's amazing. That's so amazing, and that's something that should be celebrated. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say. Let's do some fun music. Remember that.